Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to be trying out is this Almay Smart Shade Luminous Primer. It says it's a CC Luminous Primer. It has an SPF of 15 and it's a correcting complexion primer. It is purple. It's like a lilac shade, so I'm just going to take about 2 pumps, I guess. So it's pretty thick, as you can see, it's not even moving. And it definitely has like a purple iridescence to it. Yeah. I mean, all that matters is if it works, right? But it's definitely making me like pink. It's making me a... I hope you guys can see that. It's literally making me look like a grape. Kind of feels like the NYX Angel Veil, and it's not like sticky at all. I'm assuming that this is just supposed to help like brighten. I look like a ghost. So for foundation, I'm going to be trying out this CoverGirl Outlast Stay Luminous Natural Glow Foundation, and I picked up the shade 820. I really like the packaging on this, and it has like a nice, it has a pump on it, so that's cool. So I'm going to do half of my face with a brush and half of it with a sponge, just like exactly how I would do it if I was doing a foundation demo and review. So I'll just start off with like 3 pumps, I guess. It's pretty thick. I don't know if it's supposed to be full coverage or not. It says give skin even coverage and natural glow that lasts all day. So I'll do this side of my face with a sponge. I really hope that that Almay primer doesn't like mess up the foundation, because I have a feeling I'll probably really like this foundation, and I feel like that primer is gonna just jack it all up. It says stay luminous, but I feel like that looks matte. It could be because of that primer too. I bet that's what happened. So that's 3 pumps right there. It looks more full coverage like on camera, but in person it doesn't really. So let's do the other side with a brush. Again, I really like how it feels. It feels really creamy. So if you don't know, I'm signed up for monthly Morphe, and this brush came this month, so I figured I would give it a try. It's the Morphe E6, and it's like a flat top. It kind of looks like the Sigma F80, so I figured I would try this out today. I like the brush. I don't know if I think this primer is like messing me all up. Like I'd probably still go over it with my sponge, because I feel like I always go over my makeup with a sponge just to make sure there's no like brush strokes. But I think I'm getting the same coverage that I did with the sponge as I am with the brush. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go back over it with the sponge because I'm getting some like brush strokes right there. I really feel like that primer just mattified this whole foundation, because it did say luminous, and it doesn't look luminous to me like at all. Like it looks matte. So maybe I'll do like a foundation first impression. Well, I guess it wouldn't really be a first impression after this, but like maybe I'll do a video dedicated to that foundation, and I'll use like a normal primer, and we'll see how that goes, because I have a feeling that I'd probably really like this foundation because I love dewy luminous foundations. I just feel like this Almay primer is not probably ideal for dry skin. So total I have 6 pumps on my face. That seems like a lot, doesn't it? So I guess maybe I'll just try to build it up a little bit. So I'll do 1 more pump, and I'll just build it up where I would normally. Cover up those acne spots and my nose. I think I'm just going to use the sponge this time. Yeah, so it does look like it's buildable because it just covered up those pimples pretty good. So that's what it looks like. I probably should have went with a little bit darker of a shade because you can see like the difference between my body, but hopefully like some bronzer will fix that. And I do think that you can build up this foundation and get like full coverage. I think I pretty much got like a high medium coverage out of this. So I do like that. So I like this foundation a lot so far, minus the shade, but we'll fix that. So the next thing I'm going to be trying out is this NYX Got You Covered Concealer. I had this in one of my drugstore hauls and I put it on the back of my hand and it was super thick. It was like the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. So I'm excited to try this. I have the shade, oh, and it says it's waterproof too. But I have the shade Light, which I'm assuming is probably the lightest shade that they offer because I always buy the lightest shade in the concealers that I buy. So I just took like a little dot right there. And I guess I'm just going to place it and then blend it out with my Morphe E8 like I would normally. I mean, that looks pretty good. And it'll be nice, like I said, since it is so thick, you won't need to use that much, so therefore it's going to last you longer. And I want to say it was like $5 or $6. It wasn't much at all. I can definitely see myself grabbing this. Look how nice it just blended out on my chin. So I'm kind of nervous about this. I guess I could set my under eyes. I have this to try out too, but I don't know if that will be too dark for me to set my under eyes with right now. So I have that contour kit from Wet n Wild, but then I also have this hard candy loose powder that I wanted to try. So I'm going to be taking this right here. This has been out for a while, I just never tried it. I have mine in the shade Dolce de Leche, which is the lightest shade. They do offer 2 shades. And then I'm just going to be using my Morphe E48 like I would normally. I think this might be even a little too dark for me. That's one side set and one side not. I feel like it definitely just took all like the brightness from my under eye away, so that sucks. Like I feel like now like all of this is just one shade, but I think I need an actual like white powder to set my under eye to keep my under eye bright since I am so fair. Just go ahead and set the rest of the areas I have concealer. Yeah, I think this powder is nice. I just wish it was a little bit lighter. So I guess we'll go ahead. I'm scared of this. I'm scared of this. I guess we'll go ahead and try out this Hard Candy Translucent Loose Powder. I remember this was in one of my drugstore hauls too, and I did dump a little bit on the back of my hand and it felt really like grainy. So I'm just going to take about that much. I'm going to take my Too Faced Teddy Bear brush. I'm just going to get a little bit on there and just push it into my skin. Because when you touch it, it feels grainy, like kind of how like the e.l.f. translucent powder feels. But I mean, it's not like altering my foundation, I don't think. I usually don't set my face with a translucent powder. I always use like the Airspun powder, even though that says it's translucent. There's definitely like a little bit of a color to it. That actually made my face feel pretty smooth. So that might be, I was scared of it, but that might actually work out. So for bronzer, I'm going to be trying out this Ulta bronzer in the shade Warm. And I don't think I've tried any Ulta brand products. So I'm just going to use my Morphe E3 and work this on my face. Ooh. I really think that loose powder from Hard Candy is like making this glide on. Oh yes. I like the shade of bronzer too. It's like not too warm. It's kind of like an in-between. It's like not too warm, but it's not too cool. Like I like that. And it's just like gliding on. I can definitely see myself reaching for this. Okay, I'm obsessed with this bronzer. And you know, if you go to Ulta a lot, they normally have like buy one get one free of the Ulta brand makeup, or like buy two get one free. I'm pretty sure that's why I picked up a couple of the things, because they were running that sale and I wanted to try it, but I didn't want to pay like full price, you know. I'm gonna run a little bit on the center of my face. I've been doing this lately just to tie in my contour and bronzer because I feel like I always just contour the center of my face, and so I have like a different shade on the center of my face as opposed to, it's like my whole face has the contour and the bronzer, but the center of my face normally just has the contour shade. So I've been doing this lately just so I can make everything kind of blend together. I'm gonna go back into this guy right here and take the contour shade. So I'm just gonna use my Real Techniques contour brush, and I'm just gonna work this right here. I'm just gonna put this everywhere that I would normally contour. And I always put my contour like pretty much into my hairline. So I'm gonna take my Morphe M139. It's just like a small pointed tapered brush, and I'm just going to contour my nose a little bit. Probably won't do anything like too crazy because normally I like to cream contour my nose. And then I always do here because I want my top lip, because I like my bottom lip, but I feel like my top lip is a little too small. Well, I guess they go together, but I prefer if my top lip was bigger. So I always contour there to create the illusion that it is, and I always contour underneath to make my bottom lip look even fuller. And then sometimes I'll pretty much just do it all the way around because it just creates a shadow, so it makes it like your whole entire mouth look bigger. But you have to be careful because you don't want to look like you just ate a candy bar. So I'm going to go in with this Morphe G34, so G34. I'm just going to dip it into this cream shade of that contour palette, and I'm just going to press this along the sides and kind of like blend towards my eyes just so we can make that nose contour a little bit more pronounced. This Jordana blush, and it's in the shade 32 Rose Silk. I found this at Kmart, believe it or not. Can you guys believe that Kmart still exists? I swear, I only see like one within like 30-45 minutes from my house. So I figured this shade would just be like a good everyday shade that would go with any eye look, so that's why I chose this shade. And I'm just going to be using my Morphe E4. I just went and grabbed this Milani highlighter. It's fairly new. I have the shade Afterglow, and I think this will look better with the eye look. This looks so pretty. It's almost like, look at that. It just kind of like melted in to the rest of my face. Ooh, yes, this is nice. And it's not emphasizing any texture at all. That looks so good. So pretty. I went a little overboard, but oh well. Gotta make up for having that old matte skin. So maybe I'll just go ahead and set my face now, and then we'll work on the eyes. So I'm gonna be trying out this Milani Make It Last setting spray, and I don't know if this is like a matte setting spray or what, but I do have the Make It Dewy too, but I figured I would try this one today. Oh, I should probably do my brows. So we'll just go ahead and set the face now. It smells kind of like liquor, but it feels like cooling on the skin. It almost has the same feel as the Urban Decay All Nighter. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly fill in my brows. I'm just going to use my NYX brow pencil, and then I will be back and we'll start working on the eyes. So I just realized I didn't have my ring light on in that last clip, so things are going to look a little bit brighter, but it's kind of a good thing because then you can see more of the makeup when the lights aren't as bright. I went ahead and did my brows. I didn't do anything too crazy. I just used my NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and then I went over top of it with the Essence Make Me Brow, which is really good. And I just kind of made them kind of like messy because I don't know, I kind of like that look, and I'm going to wear my bangs down anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I have this Pixi by Petra eyeshadow palette. I bought this at Target, and I love warm shades, so I figured I would give this a try. This is in the shade called Copper Peach. So this is what the inside looks like. It looks really pretty. You get about 2 matte shades, and looks like the rest are shimmer shades, and then you have like this big old sponge thing, which I might actually keep to apply the shimmer shades on my lids. So I'm just going to take my Sigma E60 and I'm going to pick up some of that matte cream shade and I'm just going to run that all over my lids. Hopefully we don't have a lot of fallout. So it's pretty. I mean, it's just a cream shade. You can't really say that much about it. It does have like a little bit of yellow undertone, which is okay. So I'm going to go in with my Morphe M505 brush, and it's just kind of like a tapered blender, if you can see that. And I'm going to go in with, I don't know, I'm kind of limited because the only other matte shade in here is this dark matte brown. So maybe I'll just take 2 dabs of it, and I'm just going to work this into my crease as kind of like a transition shade. It's like they needed one more matte shade. Like just a lighter brown in this palette will be good because I feel like I would have to reach into a different palette for my transition shade, but I think it's working out pretty good, I guess. So I'm just using this as like my transition and crease shade. Sometimes I get really crazy with blending and I'll like blend off my eyebrow, but I'm gonna try really hard not to do that this time. Okay, so now I'm going to take the little sponge guy and I'm going to go in with this copper shade right here. He looks pretty pigmented. And I'm just going to put that all over my lids. Ooh, it's pretty. I feel like maybe I should spray a brush and do it, but or use my finger. Kind of like an orange copper. I like this. What do you guys think? Do you guys like it when I talk and do my makeup, or do you prefer the voiceovers? Because sometimes, well, most of the time I do all my makeup tutorials voiceovers because I like to listen to music when I do my makeup, and I can't listen to music while I talk because it would just be really loud and I'd probably get copyrighted for it. But let me know what you guys think below, if you'd rather me like talk or maybe do like a little mixture of both. I'd be really happy to hear what you guys think. So I'm just going to keep the same Sigma brush. I'm going to spray it with some Max Fix Plus and I'm going to dip it back into that like reddy orange copper shade right here and see if I can make that pop a little bit more. Yeah, that helped, but it didn't do as much as I thought, but it's definitely doing a better job. I mean, it looks nice without the extra like oomph you get from using Mac Fix Plus, but I think I prefer the shade wet because I'm getting like more color payoff. This shade right here, and I'm just going to use this to blend in the outer V in that copper shade. I don't really know how it's going to look, but oh, okay, that works. I'm going to take this shimmer shade right here and I'm just going to work with that on my inner corner and then just blend it up into that shade. And I'm just going to run a little bit of this up here as a brow bone highlight. Still need to get my eyebrows waxed, so I don't want to draw too much attention up there. Morphe M431 pencil brush, and I'm just going to take that darker brown matte shade and I'm just going to run that on the lower lash line. This pencil brush from Morphe reminds me of my Sigma pencil brush. It has like a point on it, which I really like. I'm going to take this shade right here that we put in to mix the dark shade and the copper shade together, and I'm going to run that on the entire lower lash line on top of that brown shade. I want to try out this Essence felt tip liner and see if I like it more than the Kat Von D Trooper liner. I normally never use felt tips. Oh my god, look at that. It's like dried out, it's like not even working. Like I just swatched it last night because I was picking out the stuff for this video and it was fine. See, like Just must not go over eyeshadow that well. That's not gonna work for me, so I just did the best I can. So that is a big ol' no. I guess we'll move on to mascara. I have this mascara from Covergirl. It's like a 2-in-1, so like a primer and then the actual mascara. This is waterproof, which I normally like the waterproof mascaras when I'm not wearing falsies, because I feel like waterproof mascara actually keeps my lashes lifted throughout the day, and regular mascara doesn't really do that for me. So this is the Bombshell Volume by Lash Blast. Oh, I got the color brown. Well, I guess it will go with the eye look, right? So this says the one side is supposed to volumize, which is side 1. So I guess it isn't a primer. So let me take that back. Then the other 2 is supposed to intensify. So I haven't tried a brown mascara in a hot minute, but I think it'll look nice with this eye look. So we'll go ahead and try it out. Like, look how big this is. Holy crap. We'll go in with side 1. Man, this is like the biggest mascara tube I think I've ever seen in my life. So here is side 1. I'm not really seeing a huge difference here, people. So you can see it didn't really give me that much volume. Let's do the other side. I don't know if you're supposed to wait for it to dry or what, so I guess I'm just gonna do the damn thing. This is side 2. So I think mixed together, yes, but that one side by itself, I didn't like it. Not by itself anyways. I feel like the wands look fairly similar. So that's what we have right here. I mean, it looks nice. It makes my lashes look nice, but it didn't give me the big, sexy bombshell lashes that I was looking for, that's for sure. This side, I did the side 1 first and then the side 2. So I did the volume side and then whatever the other side was. So I did the side 1 and 2, and then on this side I did 2 and 1 and then back to 2. And I think I like that better because these are more like separated, I feel. So I'm going to be trying out this new NYX Suede Lipliner, and it's in the shade Los Angeles. How perfect. So it's just like a deep brown shade, kind of a little bit of a red in it. I think it's cool that they came out with all these suede lip liners that match like all their lipsticks. Like they have a Whipped Caviar one. I haven't tried it yet, but Whipped Caviar is probably my all-time favorite lipstick shade ever, out of everything. It's kind of breaking. It's more of like a brown burgundy shade, which I like. So it's like breaking as I'm using it, which sucks. Like the formula is not that great. And I ordered like a bunch of these because I was excited that they would match. Like look at that. No, I love the shade of it, but I hate the formula. Oh my god. I'm going to be trying out the new Rimmel liquid lipsticks, and these are the Stay Matte liquid lipsticks, and I'm going to be trying out the lightest shade, I believe, and this is in Latte to Go. It's just a nude shade. It's kind of got like a, it's a flat doe foot, and it has more of like a, moussey. Has like a moussey formula to it, so... Ooh, it stinks. I don't know how I feel about the formula. I don't think I like the formula. So this is the finished makeup look. So let's go ahead and review everything we tried out. So the first thing I tried out was the Almay CC Correcting Primer. Like I feel like this would be better for people that need more of like a skin brightener. I don't really need a skin brightener. And I think it would be better for oily skin because I feel like it just was kind of drying. So if I wanted to get this more of like a matte look how I have, then I wouldn't mind using this. But if I wanted to use that dewy foundation again, I would prefer to use it with a more of like a hydrating primer. So I get like the actual luminous finish instead of like a more matte. Next up, we have the Covergirl Stay Luminous foundation. I do really like this. I really like this. Like I said, I like how it's kind of matte looking with that primer, but I really want to see how it would look if I used a hydrating primer. The next thing that I tried was this Wet n Wild contour palette. I do like this contour shade. I thought it was nice. It's different than the other shades I'm used to using for contouring. So I did enjoy that. I think the powder was really like creamy and blended out really nicely. And this, the highlighter shade, I think this would be better for me to set my face with because it is a little bit too dark to set my under eye, unless I mixed it in with like my MAC Pro Emphasize powder. I think that would be a great combination. I'll have to try that out. Then the next thing that I almost was 100% positive that I was going to hate was the Hard Candy Fast and Fabulous Translucent Loose Powder. I thought I was going to hate this, but I think this guy was the reason why the rest of my makeup went on my face like just super smooth and just blended out nicely. I think it was this. The next thing that we used was the Ulta Matte Bronzer. Love, 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 love. 5 stars for me. Love the shade of it. Love how it just glided on top of my skin. I will definitely be reaching this. I'll probably use it tomorrow when I film. I really like this bronzer. Again, that's in the shade Warm. Next, I have the Jordana Blush in the shade 32 Rose Silk. Love this too. It was pigmented, but not overly pigmented. I love the shade of it. I feel like it will go with any kind of eye look I want to do. Love this too. It makes me want to go get a couple more shades. Then we have the Milani Strobe Light Highlighter in Afterglow. I love this too. I don't feel like it emphasized any texture. I just love how it looks on my cheeks. I'm obsessed. Oh, next we have the NYX Got You Covered Concealer, Waterproof Concealer. Love this too. I love the thick and creamy concealers, and for the price, it's literally almost the exact same thing as the Tarte Creaseless Maracuja, but this is $5 and that's like 20 something, so love this concealer, love it. Then we have the Pixi by Petra eyeshadow. I think it's good. I think this would be more so for beginners personally, because it was pigmented but wasn't extremely pigmented. So the thing that was most disappointing was the Essence Superline felt tip liner. It didn't even show up, so this is like a huge miss for me. I don't know if maybe I just got one that was dried out or what, but still, I mean, that's like a waste of money, even if it was $2 or $3. I don't know. Like, it didn't give me bombshell lashes or anything, but I did like the shade, so I guess if I wanted to use a brow mascara, I would grab this. Is this an everyday mascara? No. Probably not. I wasn't like that impressed. The only thing I like about it is the shade, honestly. That's it. The next thing we have is the NYX Suede Lipliner in the shade Los Angeles. Love. Love the shade color. Love it. Formula? No. Like, I feel like I had to blend it out with like a little brush, and I shouldn't have to do that. You know what I mean? And it sucks because I literally ordered like 15 shades of this, I think, because NYX is 30% off of Ulta right now, so I ordered some more because I honestly thought I was going to really like it. And like I said, they made the matching lip liner to like their most popular suede liquid lips and like lipsticks and stuff, so I'm really disappointed in this. Maybe it's just this one. I really hope that all of them aren't like that crappy formula, because I love the color of this, just the formula is awful. Then I have the Rimmel liquid lipstick, and it did dry down, so it doesn't look like it's going to transfer. The smell, I didn't really like the smell of it. So the formula is weird because I'm not used to like a moussey kind of formula. I'm more used to like the liquid lipsticks, like ColourPop and Anastasia are just like liquid. But I do like it now that it's dried down, and I really like the shade of this, so I like this. The last thing that we tried out was the Milani Make It Last, and it reminded me of the Urban Decay All Nighter Spray, so I do like this so far. Okay guys, that concludes my full face of First Impressions Drugstore Edition. I'm so pleased with like literally 90% of these products, minus the felt tip liner from Essence, and what was the other thing? Oh, the formula of the NYX Suede Lip Liner. I really love how my face makeup looks. It just looks so like filtered in a way. Like, I'm obsessed. I love it. I love how it turned out. It always makes me nervous to film these videos because you never know which way it's gonna go, so I'm like so happy with just how this looks. So if you guys enjoyed this full face of First Impressions, please give me a thumbs up, and if you've tried out any of these products or any of these products are your favorites or you don't like them, let me know in the comments below, and please subscribe on your way out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.